I'm the publisher and executive director of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. It started in 1945 by a group of atomic scientists, people who had worked at the Manhattan Project. Many of them had been seconded from the University of Chicago and had gone out to Los Alamos. These were physicists, some of the best physicists in the world, who'd gone out to work on making the atomic bomb. After the bomb was dropped in 1945, they were horrified. Many of them had spoken out against using the bomb against civilians even before the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. And when they came back to Chicago, they decided that they really needed to tell the world about the devastation that these weapons could cause. These are really the most destructive technology on Earth. And what they saw when they were in Los Alamos was that the military and the U.S. government were trying to put all of this behind a wall of secrecy. And they felt that wasn't right. They felt that the American people and people all over the world should know about this very destructive technology. So they started a newsletter. Eugene Rabinowitz and Hyman Goldsmith were the first editors. They worked with the scientists. They published hearings. They published essays by the scientists. And they tried to get this out to as many people as they possibly could to let them know, even though the government didn't want everyone to know, to let the public know what was happening. If you ask the American public, most of them don't know that we still have nuclear weapons at all, let alone that we have them in a position to use them in a matter of 10 minutes. So I think that part of it is that we simply aren't talking about these kinds of systems and these kinds of weapons. We are, in a sense, distracted by news of Iran attempting to get a nuclear weapon, or at least enriching uranium for their civilian nuclear power supply. We're distracted by what's happening in North Korea, where they're trying to get a few nuclear weapons, and they've tested one, but barely. I think it was not a successful test. So we're distracted by small countries around the world which are seen to be enemies, when in fact we haven't even taken a look at ourselves and taken a look at the nuclear posture that we continue to hold, and haven't really finished the war that we were involved in for 50 or 60 years. These were well-entrenched bureaucracies, well-entrenched routines. These are standard operating procedures, and bureaucracies live on. And unless there is strong leadership to tell people to stand down, it's really difficult for them themselves to take it upon themselves to do that. The one message I'd have for the American public, and really publics around the world, is to keep informed. Keep track of what governments are talking about, ask questions, listen to scientists and people with knowledge, ask them questions, be skeptical, and know where your own interests lie. Your interests in taking care of your children and thriving and in flourishing in your own city, in your own town, and to always keep in mind that governments are there to serve you, and you are not there to serve government.